Well, it's time to say bye to the WoW Rift before it even arrives. Yo guys, how's everyone doing, and welcome back to another Dave Talk. I got some breaking news for you guys, okay? The United States President Donald J. Trump has signed an executive order that bans Wechat as well as TikTok. Let's mainly focus on Wechat today because it's owned by Tencent, and Tencent owns Riot, and Riot is a publisher of the upcoming game League of Legends Wild Rift. So let's quickly take a look at the executive order first to see exactly what the order says. I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, find additional steps, okay, must be taken to deal with a national emergency with respect to the information and the communication technology and services supply chain declared in Executive Order 13873 of May 15, 2019. As I explained in an Executive Order of August 6, 2020, and this is addressing TikTok, the spread in the United States of mobile applications developed and owned by companies in the People's Republic of China continues to threaten the national security, foreign policy, and economy of the United States. To protect our nation, I took actions to address the threat posed by one mobile application's TikTok. Further actions needed to address a similar threat posed by another mobile application's Wechat. Now, this is very interesting because for a lot of people who are watching this, they don't even know what Wechat is, especially for American viewers who are watching this. Wechat is a Chinese communication software, and it's a hugely monopolized application, right? In China, people literally use this for everything. They use it for their Chinese Uber, aka Didi. They use it for buying groceries, buying fruits, buying everything. They also use it to transfer money to their friends. Some companies even use it as a payment method to give it to the subsidiaries. I mean, it's basically an app that involves everything China. It's not like Google Pay or Android Pay, whatever. It's kind of like 50-50 split in US or Western countries. In China, almost everyone uses WeChat. Even the homeless people on the street, when they ask for money, they don't ask for your cash. They give you like a QR code. You scan with WeChat and give them money. It's such a huge app. The thing is, how many people actually use WeChat in US, right? Besides the people who may have friends in China, or besides the Chinese citizen or international people who are here, international students or tourists who need WeChat to connect with their friends and families back home, there's no one I know that actually use WeChat in US. So personally, I don't know the threat that WeChat might have in the US society. I mean, it is collecting a lot of information. Like I said, it's literally a necessity now. It's like your clothing, your underwear that you have to wear. I don't know, a lot of people don't wear underwear, but that's beside the point, okay? The point is, I don't know the threat WeChat might have for American citizens, right? But let's continue with the executive order. WeChat, a messaging, social media, and electronic payment application owned by Chinese company Tencent Holdings Ltd, reported has over 1 billion users worldwide, including users in the United States. Like TikTok, WeChat automatically captures vast swath of information from its users. This data collection threatens to allow the Chinese Communist Party access to Americans' personal and proprietary information. In addition, the application captures the personal and proprietary information of Chinese nationals visiting the United States, thereby allowing the Chinese Communist Party a mechanism for keeping tabs on Chinese citizens who may be enjoying the benefits of a free society for the first time in their lives. Well, that's a bit extreme. For example, in March 2019, a researcher reportedly discovered a Chinese database containing billions of WeChat messages sent from users in not only China, but also the United States, Taiwan, South Korea, and Australia. WeChat, like TikTok, also reportedly censors content that the Chinese Communist Party deemed politically sensitive and may also be used for disinformation campaigns that benefits the CCP. This risk have led other countries, including Australia and India, to begin restricting or banning the use of WeChat. The United States must take aggressive actions against the owner of WeChat to protect our national security. Accordingly, I hereby order. Now, I'm not going to talk about the allegation itself. Yes, WeChat does collect a lot of information, and obviously it serves the interest of China. But then the most interesting word that I see in this paragraph is United States must take aggressive action against the owner of WeChat to protect our national security, and that is Tencent. And before we talk about Tencent and how this can actually affect League of Legends Wild Rift, I just want to go over the actual action of this executive order. Section 1. The following actions shall be prohibited beginning 45 days after the day of this order, which is August 6th. to the extent permitted under applicable law. Any transaction that is related to WeChat by any person or with respect to any property subject to jurisdiction of the United States with Tencent Holdings Ltd, Shenzhen, China, or any subsidiaries of the entity as identified by the Secretary of Commerce under Section 1C of the order. Now, this is too broad, right? What do you mean by all transaction, any transaction that's related to WeChat? And most importantly, it says, or with respect to any property subject to the jurisdiction of the United States with Tencent Holdings. So any transaction that's related to Tencent Holdings that's under the jurisdiction of the United States, you cannot do business with them anymore, right? All transactions shall be prohibited in 45 days at the moment of this issue. So it's interesting because Riot is an American company and it's 100% owned by Tencent. So it's under the jurisdiction of the United States government, but also they're doing business with Tencent Holdings. So can people no longer do business with Riot? Can we no longer give money to Riot? Like in a sense of buying like in-game purchases, in-app purchases, whatever. Like that's just odd. How about like Supercell games, right? That's owned by Tencent as well, majority stake. And can we not buy in-app purchases either? And when you read this executive order further, any transaction by a United States person or within the United States that evades or avoids has a purpose of evading or avoiding, cause a violation of, or attempts to violate the prohibition set forth in this order is prohibited. So you don't really have to be just a United States person or a permanent resident. You can be people who live in the United States or travel to the United States like a tourist. As long as you're under United States jurisdiction, under United States law, you cannot do transaction with WeChat, with Tencent. At least that's my interpretation of this executive order. So if you come from like a different country and then you come to US, if you come to US, then you cannot play Riot games. But then White House official has since came out and said this won't affect video games. According to PC Gamers, while the order specifically targets WeChat and Tencent, which they didn't write here, there was enough ambiguity in its wording to raise concern that it could affect other Tencent holding properties. After all, Tencent owns Riot Games, which include League of Legends, Valorant, and most importantly, as for our concern, League of Legends Wild Rift, 40% of Epic Games, Fortnite, Unreal Engine, and 5% of Activision Blizzard, among many others. But LA Times reporter Sam Dean has received confirmation from the White House that video games companies will not be affected. So let's take a look of what Sam Dean said. Sam Dean says in his tweet, video game companies owned by Tencent will not be affected by this executive order. White House officials confirmed to the LA Times that EO only blocked transactions related to WeChat, so Riot Games, Epic Games, etc. are safe. Pending updates. It's the pending update part that concerns me. Okay, you have to understand everything right now is under the grace of the United States government, right? Whether we're gonna have League of Legends Wild Rift or not, because it's pending update. When this possibility of the United States banning Chinese apps first came out, like a while back, and I made a video about it, regarding US banning the Mobile Legend app. Well, at that time, we already mentioned that China and US relationship is very, very tense right now. In fact, Trump just last month signed a Hong Kong sanction bill, announced this executive order in escalation with China, right? Because their relationship is just not good, especially this is election year. And China has said publicly that they're going to issue retaliations regarding what United States meddling in the Chinese policies, all that kind of stuff. So with these two executive orders, with Trump banning WeChat and TikTok, there's a good chance that China is going to come out with retaliations. And if they keep on going back and forth like this, what says that the Trump administration, the United States government, won't ban any more of Tencent holding applications in the United States? This is also why I was so confused when India first came out with banning Mobile Legends. I was like, if you really want to target Chinese government, or the CCP at least, why not ban something that's related to Tencent? Why are you banning an independent company, a Mobile Legend developed by Moonton, right? Why are you banning that? Because if you look at how much Tencent owns, they have full ownership of Riot Games, American developers of Valorant and League of Legends. They have multiple other games, Teamfight Tactics and so on. They have approximately 84% ownership in Finnish mobile game developer Supercell, maker of Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars that you guys play. 40% ownership of American developer Epic Games that develop Fortnite. And the list goes on and on and on. And you bet your ass that they're collecting your personal information. So look at how much Mobile Legends collects their information, right? They collect probably your Wechat account, they collect your Facebook account, and then you have to create your own Mobile Legends account. They get your email address. They ask for a lot of stuff in game. That's just Mobile Legends. And you bet Tencent collects a lot more with their games. Lots of companies, they have the umbrella of giving your account more security and then ask you for more personal information. And a lot of people, including me, actually give this information to them because I don't want my account to get hacked. At the same time, you're giving up the liberty of staying private, right? And they know everything about you. They know your name. A lot of mobile games will ask you for a contact list so they can invite your friends. Now, guess what? Once they know your friends, they know if they know what your friends are playing, and they know your entire social circle. They know who your parents are. They know who your sisters are. It's a scary world. And yet, there was India not banning Tencent game, but only banned Mobile Legends, which made me really confused. But coming to this Trump executive order, they're banning transactions related to Wechat, related to Tencent holdings. And if this tension between China and US escalates as we get closer and closer to the finish line of election day, I think this is only gonna get worse, guys. And then there's a possibility that we're gonna see a lot more application being banned. And with that, I think League of Legends WRF will be delayed again at best, right? I really do think so because this is just really, really intense. You have to understand everything that happened to the parent company, aka Tencent, will have a huge impact on the subsidiaries, right? On the company that own Riot. We have seen this when they published Arena of Valor. A lot of stuff, a lot of policies, when we're talking about why certain heroes didn't come out fast enough, they were all affected by the parent company, Tencent. My point here is the future is very, very unknown and very, very scary, at least for League of Legends Wild Rift. What do you guys think about this, right? Do you think that India banning Mobile Legends was unsound now compared to how US targets Tencent instead of Moonton? Right? What's your opinion on it? What's your take on it? Do you think League of Legends Wild Rift will still come out in time? Leave a comment down below. Right? Let me know your opinion. I want to hear about you. I'll read your comments. And make sure to like, subscribe, turn that bell on to all notifications because I know 55% of y'all who are enjoying this video have yet to hit the subscribe button. So make sure you subscribe. And with that, this is Assassin Day, praying that League of Legends Wild Rift come out in time. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.
Just for the thrill of it.